Hey guys, Buildzoid here, and welcome to the other channel. Today, we're not going to be doing a PCB breakdown because that wouldn't go on the other channel. No, today I want to just show what I consider insane photo taking capabilities of my new phone. So, after I moved to the Czech Republic, I decided to finally buy a new phone because the battery in my OnePlus 5 something, I think it's actually just a regular OnePlus 5, yeah, the battery in that is just kind of not worky anymore. And the phone is like 7 years old, so fair enough. But is it 7 years old? It's ancient. Um, yeah, if I bought it in 2017, it would be actually it'd be like 8 years old or something. So yeah, it's old. Battery no worky. So I wanted a new phone, and I figured, you know what? Since I'm buying a new phone, I might as well like try to buy one with like a camera that's like really good for taking PCB photos because, well, that would be kind of nice. And I'm not particularly thrilled with the photos that I'm getting off of the like proper cameras that I have on hand, which admittedly, like I didn't choose. I have some 4K Sony camera that my brother bought when he went on a trip to the US. Um, but yeah, so it's not exactly a camera meant for taking photos. It's more meant for film, but I don't know anything about cameras, so I don't know. But when it came to the phone, I was like, yeah, I'd like something that is just like really good for PCB photos. And what I would consider really good for PCB photos basically means I just want a lot of pixels, like all of the pixels. And the Honor 400 Pro has a 200 megapixel camera. This does create some issues. When your photos are 12,288 by 16,384 pixels, GIMP starts getting upset because the photo, like right now, GIMP says it's using 2.5 gigs of memory just to display these two images that I have here. And you can see how like the whole like the photo is like taking time to, pop in when I make it visible. So yeah, GIMP is not a fan of 200 million pixels, but I am a very big fan of 200 million pixels because yeah, in the 200 megapixel resolution shooting mode, as long as I throw enough lighting at it, um, I can do this. And like yeah, this is not perfect, but like that's crazy. Like yeah, and these aren't, like these aren't properly legible. But even then, I like this is still crazy. Like we can very clearly identify individual pins on these power stages. Um, all right, capacitor labels are no problem. Actually, I think in this photo there should be one power stage somewhere that, okay, I guess it's not this one. Yeah, the markings on this thing are a bit scrambled. Towards the edges of a lot of photos, it does have some issues where you'll start seeing like a ghosting effect, which is, I think, some kind of lens artifact. It's not on this corner though. There's like one corner where it's really bad. Or maybe I didn't catch that in this photo. It might be like off to the in the white sections. But anyway, like I'm just very impressed with it. Now it does scramble a lot of text. Oh, you can kind of see the like weird like smearing that happens. But that's legible. I mean, oops. Like that's legible. That does actually say 7002. And so yeah, like I'm just like I just this is crazy. And obviously, like the thing is, I wasn't even um like I wouldn't even expect the like I mean it would be really cool if I could take a a photo of an entire PCB and just have all of the part numbers legible in one go, but realistically that's never going to happen because one of the issues is that um because the markings on a lot of chips are actually engraved into them, the way they're engraved, like the visibility really depends on the angle of the light coming in, which isn't really super obvious in this photo. But yeah, like depending on what angle the light is coming in, these letters will just completely disappear. So, I mean, you can kind of see the effect here where it's like, yeah, you can vaguely make out the markings here, and this just looks like an unlabeled black rectangle, right? Um, so Yeah, but either way, it's just like, I love this. Like, we can see individual traces, individual components are very easily identifiable. Like, this is insane. Um, and yeah, so I was taking photos for like the reason I'm making this video. I already wanted to make it when I first took photos of the B850M Force, and I was like this is just epic. Like, it's just sure it doesn't, like I'm never gonna get like the idealized fantasy of I take one photo and every single chip is legible, partially because of like resolution issues, partially because of lighting issues. Like, even if this wasn't getting scrambled, you would still run into there's just no way to get all of the chips to show up their labeling at the same time in my experience. Like, depending on the angle of light, you might be able to read some chips and you won't be able to read others, even like through a camera. So anyway, but I took another photo of another board that I'm going to be making a PCB breakdown of. This is the MSI B850i Edge TI Wi-Fi. Now, this is an ITX board, which means we can put it even closer to the phone, which means more pixels per letter. And yeah, and like, that is clearly legible. That is an 87692. Like, what? That's insane. Now, like I mentioned earlier, the quality gets worse towards the edges. Um, so like this, you can still just about make it out. I think I probably could have had more lighting for this. That might have helped here, but then this is kind of challenging because we've got black chips on a white PCB. This right here got kind of scrambled. You can kind of make out that this is probably Nyko Semiconductor and this is a PK. Well, like, yeah, it's Nyko, but this is a chip that I can read just fine. So, not a priority. I guess one downside to it is that now you see like dust everywhere. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's dust. Um, I was like wondering if it might not be the like board, like, because there's a trace here, which is what I think we're seeing over there, but I think this is dust. Um, yeah, so anyway, but that's still just amazing. Like, I can read power stages. Oh, and this thing is just like, yeah, this is super easy to read, which is cool. Yeah, and here you can see that effect with like, yeah, depending on the angle of the lighting, some chips are just completely unlegible. This has a bigger label than this does, but because of the lighting angle, it's just gone, right? Like, it's just completely non-legible. Um, oh, here you have another example, right? Like, the label on this is just gone. That's not a blank chip. It's just not legible. This is very legible. This is scrambled. I mean, this is huge. Um, so yeah, like, again, I didn't expect it to be like, oh, I can take one photo and I'll be able to read absolutely everything, though. This is pretty cool. Like, when it's high contrast, right? Like, it works really well. Um, and yeah, and I'm just like, I'm very impressed with this. Like, I was kind of worried with the whole, like, I'm buying a phone with a 200 megapixel camera. It's a phone camera. Like, it's gonna have issues or something, especially because a lot of the reviews that I was reading, because I did research. I didn't just go like, oh, this has the most megapixels, therefore I buy that. Um, I did go through like several phone reviews and was looking at like sample photos of the like high res or like full resolution photo modes from various phones. And I settled on this one because this one to me looked like admittedly, it was like processed detail, but there was the most detail, right? Because like ultimately, I'm not trying to make artistic photos. I could not give less of a damn if the photo is unprocessed or overprocessed. Like, what I care about is, can I read the damn letters on the chip? Like, is what I'm getting very intelligible, or is it kind of messy? Um, and for the most part, whatever image processing the phone is doing, it's very legible. Um, Assuming that it managed to capture the detail in the first place. Like, this is gone, and this is, again, like, this is a lighting issue. Like, this is not, um, yeah, like, this is very much a lighting issue. These are, because yeah, these are not like the lettering on this is way bigger than the lettering on here, right? Like this is hard to read by eye, right? Like this, like when I first took the VRM heatsink off, I was like, man, I might have to I might have to like smear thermal paste or something on the chip so that the thermal paste like sits inside the letters, and then when you wipe it off, it makes the letters more legible because they're like gray now instead of black. Another trick I've done is metallic Sharpies can do the same thing. You just put metallic Sharpie on top of the chip and then you wipe it off with isopropyl alcohol, and some of the ink will stay behind, or like most of the ink that stays behind after wiping off with the alcohol will stay inside the engravings, which makes it more legible because now it's not black on black, it's like silver on black or gold on black. But yeah, like with this phone, like I don't need to do that. It's just freaking like it makes things that are hard to read by eye easy to read. And it's just like, whoa. Like yeah, I'm just very, very impressed. And so this is at the like crazy resolution mode. Oh, here's the back of the board. Just for fun, I'm gonna pull that in. And yeah, so here you can see like, yeah, these really aren't challenging. It's just on the other side, the lighting is bad. And actually on this side, you can see like, yeah, lighting issue. They're gone. Are we getting some of that hazing artifact? I think yes. It kind of looks like, yeah, like it usually happens with like white on black that you start, yeah, you see the fringing there. So I think that's like some kind of lens issue, though I did forget to clean the lenses before taking these photos. That helps. It's not having, oil all over the phone's lenses. But yeah, I'm just like very, very, very impressed with this. And like, yeah, you can see some weird artifacting. Like like these shadows around the letters is like, I'm pretty sure that's the like photo process. Like I'm guessing there's like a sharpening filter that it's running. And so, yeah, that's probably the sharpening filter doing something there because that's not there in real life. But I don't care because it's very legible and it does like, yeah. Like I like all I wanted was as many pixels as possible so to get as much detail as possible, and then it's like, yes, this does it. Now at like regular, like in the other photo modes, like this is great, right? Like very, very legible, and this is like just a small resolution photo, right? So here's another one, right? Like it's just awesome. These little capacitors are annoying to read in person. And yeah, with the phone, it's like super easy. Now, I don't need the phone to read these, but like still, like I just love how clear that is. Um, oh, and here we have some of the power stages. Yeah, and you might be wondering like what's with the angle that I'm shooting this at, and this is just to get the lettering to show up because like I mentioned, like these engravings, like from some angles you get this really nice contrast of like gray versus black, and from another angle it could be just like gone. Um, so yeah, but still, oh yeah, this thing like legible, like it's just amazing. Like I am so impressed. What else? Oh yeah, here we have another one. Like these small MOSFETs, like I just like whoa. I think these are small MOSFETs. They might be. No, those are probably MOSFETs. Yeah, that's very MOSFET footprint. You can like I'm judging that off of the like we have like the gate pin here, and then we have like a bunch of pins together on one pad, and it's like okay, so that's going to be a MOSFET. It's not going to be anything smarter than that, but it's just like this is so cool. I can like read everything. Assuming that like I hold the phone steady enough and put it at the right angle. Because yeah, like here you can see some of that. Like this isn't like this isn't at the right angle, and so the letters are starting to disappear. So yeah, that's it for the video. I just wanted to show off I mean, the regular resolution photos aren't really that impressive to me. I'm sure lots of phones can do that when you're, just shooting regular scale, but when you want to have a big photo of the whole board and then be able to just zoom in on any part of it and it not turning into just unintelligible gibberish, which, like, yeah, some of these are. I mean, this is still legible. That is, I can't believe it. I mean, this isn't legible. Yeah, so, like this turned into unintelligible gibberish as far as the lettering goes, but we still got individual pins, right? Like that's the thing is like with lower resolution cameras, like you run into this issue of like a pin might be like 4 pixels, right? Whereas here, I don't know, like, well, actually, yeah, here we have like, actually it tells me what the selection is. Yeah, so this pin is 18 by 8 pixels, right? So if we had like a fourth of the resolution, so a 50 megapixel camera, this pin would be 4 pixels across and like, what, 9 pixels long? And if you have like a 25 megapixel camera, it would be gone basically. It would be like 2 pixels. Um, so yeah, the main downside with this though is like, yeah, the photos are absolutely huge. It's like 30 to 40 megabytes per photo. And that's JPEG, right? That's not like uncompressed. That's with compression. It's freaking 30 megabytes. Um, and then when you put it into GIMP, GIMP is like because now we're working on just like so many pixels, like GIMP gets very upset about that. Um, but like, yeah, I am so very, very pleased with it. Because like I was like really worried that like I'm gonna buy this and then I'm gonna find out that it's just like not great, and then but like every time I use the high res mode. Okay, not every time. I do have some photos that are blurry, but that's usually because like I wasn't holding it steady enough or there wasn't enough lighting. And that's like the main thing is it does need a lot of light. Like after I got this phone and like first messed around with like taking some high res photos, I realized like, oh my God, I actually need proper lighting to get this to, not suck. Um, but yeah, once I solved the lighting, it's like it's so good. Because this is like 100% resolution, and actually you can kind of see the fringing going on in this area, I guess, at this point. But like, yeah, I am very impressed. I should just end the video because this is just me gushing over how much I love that my phone can shoot stupid amounts of pixels, but like I do. Um, so yeah. Anyway, that's it for the video. So thanks for watching, I guess, and goodbye.